The Seattle Seahawks just made major news that is exactly what they needed. The Seahawks have officially hired their new offensive coordinator, and this move is going to have massive implications on the direction of this team moving forward. Today on Seahawks Digest, we are breaking down everything you need to know about who he is, why Mike Macdonald chose him, whether or not this is the right move, and how this move tells us a lot about where Seattle is headed. Breaking news from Ian Rappaport. The Seahawks are hiring 49ers tight end coach Brian Fleury as their new offensive coordinator, per the insiders. After leading one of the best tight end rooms, Fleury now takes over for Clint Kubiak, landing with a rival. What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day from wherever you are watching. Kyle Guerrero here, host of Seahawks Digest, where we bring you everything Seattle Seahawks news related as it is happening in real time. And the Seahawks just went out and made kind of a really unexpected move, because we have just hired our new offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury. And to put this into perspective of why this is such a big move, the offensive coordinator is the guy who calls the plays for the offense during the game. They oversee the whole entire offense, and they are essentially the head coach of the offense. So last year, we probably had our best offensive coordinator of at least the last decade in Clint Kubiak, who led us to a 14-3 season and a Super Bowl championship. He unlocked Sam Darnold, and he made JSN one of the best receivers in the entire league. So with Clint taking the head coaching position in Las Vegas, we were on the market for a replacement, and we have officially hired Brian Fleury as our new offensive coordinator. But if you guys are like I was yesterday, you have no idea who the hell Brian Fleury is. So today we are going to get to know Brian Fleury a little bit, learn about his background, why Mike chose him, and if this is even a good move for the Seahawks. But before we do that, we have noticed that 98% of you guys are not subscribed. And this is a brand new channel all about the Seahawks for Seahawk fans, and the engagement has been great so far. So if you got a second, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and it's free. So if you want to be kept up to date with all the latest Seahawks news, let's dive right into it. Brian Fleury isn't a flashy headline-grabbing name. He's not a former head coach. He's not a longtime NFL play caller. But what he is extremely respected in league circles. Fleury has spent the last few years as a San Francisco 49ers coaching staff, where he most recently served as the tight ends coach and the run game coordinator. And that's important because the 49ers offense under Kyle Shanahan has consistently been one of the most creative and efficient systems in football. Fleury's been inside that building. He knows how elite offenses are built, and he has one hell of a beard. Diving a little further into his experiences where things get a little bit interesting, because Fleury's background isn't just offense. He has coached defense, linebackers, special teams. He's done football research and analytic roles. He has been offensive quality controls. He has run tight end rooms and run game coordination. And it's important because that kind of broad background matters. He understands how defenses attack offenses because he's coached defense. He's coached all over. He understands analytics and game planning. And under Shanahan, he's been part of elite run schemes, play action heavy offenses, tight end centric formations, motion based offense creativity. This is not a random hire. This is a system hire coming straight from the mind of Mike Macdonald. So let's just talk about why the Seahawks would go and bring in someone that has never called an NFL play in their career before. We have hired Brian Fleury because he is a Mike Macdonald guy. And what I mean by that is he is very detail oriented. He cares about the fine print, and he cares about getting all of the little things right. He is very scheme driven and very adaptable. And Fleury really fits the mold of this Seahawks championship winning team. He is not a guy coming in to overturn the whole entire offense with his idea. He is not coming in with a big ego. He is coming in to build off what has worked for the Seahawks already. He wants to maintain offensive structure, and he's going to add some creativity from the Shanahan tree. And there's going to be multiple players that are going to develop heavily within the system from this hire. And what this could look for the Seahawks next year is more diverse run concepts, more motion, heavy tight end usage, play action efficiency, and a balanced attack. And remember, Macdonald wants complementary football. Elite defense plus efficient offense is championship formula, as we have seen this year. And this tells me a lot about what the Seahawks are doing, because we don't value big, fancy, splashy names. We're not going for the guy with the biggest names or the biggest resume. We are going with mindset, and that is why Mike Macdonald has been so good for us the last 2 years. Brian Fleury is going to come in and be a Mike Macdonald guy. So yeah, while he doesn't have a huge name or a huge kind of resume like maybe some other guys on the market do, he has the attitude of a winner. So let's dive right into some tweets and some news articles about what people are saying about this hire right now. The Seahawks take risks. They took a risk with Darnold, with letting DK go, with signing Kupp, drafting Zabel, firing entire offensive staff, signing D-Law, moving up to draft Worry, trading for Jones and Shaheed, not signing any veteran O-lines, and the result? Super Bowl championship. The Seahawks are hiring 49ers tight end coach and run game coordinator Brian Fleury as their new OC. Fleury was a George Kittle favorite and replaced Clint Kubiak, who also coached under Kyle Shanahan. Fleury has a very diverse coaching background. He's coached multiple positions and groups on both sides of the football. And star 49ers tight end George Kittle has tweeted that he is sad about Brian Fleury departing the 49ers. So that just goes to show what he means to the players. And having Fleury come from a tight end room like the 49ers, you best believe guys like Barner are going to have major years coming up. Moving into another tweet, tight end coaches are low-key some of the most underrated minds in the game. They understand the trenches, blocking, pass game, run game. They have to know every element of the offense in detail, and from under Shanahan, this is probably a great hire. Which I find really interesting, because before making this video, I didn't really know too much about tight end rooms and kind of coaches and how they went up through the coaching tree. But looking at past tight end coaches who have gone to be amazing NFL coaches, we have Ben Johnson. But not only Ben, Sean McVay also started out as a tight ends coach. So we are not saying that Fleury is going to become one of these elite coaches like them in the league. No, but it just shows the mindset that these guys come from having this experience with this position group. I think Mike Macdonald loves new Seahawks offensive coordinator Brian Fleury's football world view. Melding from offensive and defensive background, 100% trust that Macdonald is gathering all of the forward-thinking minds he can. This is going to be even better in 2026. So just chatting about mindset a little bit more and why Fleury is a fit for the Seahawks right now, here is what we think we know. Number 1, the Seahawks organization has a growth mindset. Number 2, the Seahawks have learned from the Grubb mishire 2 years ago. Number 3, Seattle has a process and best candidate will be hired. So if we look back to kind of the last week here, we have been doing multiple internal interviews with a bunch of coaches who were assistants kind of in our offensive game already. And we thought one of those guys were going to get hired. So seeing Fleury hired now is a little bit of a shocker. So what started as intel gathering turned into a fit. Fleury is the best fit for this new offensive staff. So a little bit of a point here that is concerning is it's kind of crazy that Macdonald blocked Alton's interview with the Raiders and tried out 4 guys already in Seattle, then went with an external hire anyways. Wonder if that could cause some unrest and a few guys to follow Janocko to Las Vegas. And this raises a valid point because, these guys have been on the team already and we all thought that we were going to hire internally. So this is a shock. And for guys who got passed over, now they don't know if they're going to get their opportunity ever after losing this interview. So hopefully they're not too pissed off. And last but certainly not least, we need to trust Mike. Mike has shown us that he knows what he is doing, even if the rest of the world are a little bit unsure about it. Fleury's hire is good for obvious reasons. Whatever he offers as an individual relative to other options, you have to imagine Mike parsed in the interview. And that's just the thing. Mike knows what it takes to win championships, is elite defenses and efficient offenses. So while Fleury does not have this huge resume as an offensive coordinator already, he is a complete mindset and growth guy to add to this offense. So I'm very interested to see where things go from here. So we have just learned more about who Brian Fleury is and why the Seahawks have hired him. So now I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys like this hire? Do you trust Mike Macdonald's decision? Do you think Brian Fleury is the right guy to lead this offense, or do you think we should have went with someone else? Drop your thoughts and comments down below. And that will do it for this episode of Seahawks Digest. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, ring that bell so you do not miss any Seahawk content all off season. I'm Kyle Guerrero, and for Seahawks Digest, we're done. Go Hawks.